Hey guys, AJ here on the Card Guys channel. Wanted to bring you guys another deck profile. This is one that you can just mess around with. DDDs are still fairly good. They can make boards that are difficult for a lot of decks to get over, especially if they have Crystal Wing and Siegfried on the field. But this is a DDD Predaplant deck profile with a few cards that I've added to help with the consistency and the power level of the deck. And I'll go ahead and get into it. So for starters, I play 3 Lamia. That's pretty standard. 3 Swirl Slime and 3 Necro Slime. You'll see that I've cut the DD monster lineup down a little bit as I go on, but these right here I refuse to cut down. If I ever did cut down any of these, it would be Necro Slime. I'd cut it down to 2, but 3 right now is fine for each of them. If you open these 3 cards together, that's, you know, by themselves, that's a Crystal Wing and a Siegfried. So that's it for the non-Pendulum DDD monsters. For the Pendulum DDD monsters, I play 3 Kepler, 3 Ragnarok, and 3 Thomas. So you'll see with the Predaplant monster, you can make greedy Venom Dragon with a level 8 Dark monster, level 8 or higher Dark monster, and that's where Ragnarok and Thomas come in. I'm not explaining too much about what they do because you guys should know what these DDD monsters do. Thomas and Ragnarok are for your level 8 plays. He special summons when he's in the Pendulum Zone, and when he's special summoned to the field, you can special DDD from the graveyard. This adds your Dark Contracts from the deck to the hand. And that's it for the DDD monsters. I play 18 DDD monsters, 3 of each, pretty much. I don't play, what's it called? Orthoros, because Vanities is not a thing anymore. I don't play Copernicus because this isn't the type of DDD build that needs Copernicus. And then I play 3 of the Predaplant Fusion Monster. I say Fusion Monster because this guy on the field is a polymerization. He makes these guys right here. So this guy takes a Predaplant monster and a Dark monster. This guy takes 2 Dark monsters that are on the field. And this guy takes a Predaplant monster and 1 Dark monster whose original level is 8 or higher. So that's where Thomas and Ragnarok come in. And these guys are just ridiculous. This guy's really good for your matchup with Fluffles because he can just banish Sheep, and then he can attack over the Sabretooth. And Sabretooth has a hard time getting over this guy because he keeps lowering the attack of Sabretooth, and this one gains 1,000. This guy right here, if you make him, you can just negate Sabretooth and just run over it with 3,300. But I'll explain those fusions later. But yeah, this guy right here, that's what he does. You normal summon this guy. You can activate the effect to fuse using him and monsters in your hand or that you control. And you can also use your opponent's monsters if they have Predaplant counters on them, but you don't play any card that would give your opponent's monsters Preda counters or whatever they're called. And then I play 1 of this guy. I mean, you could take this guy out. I play him kind of as a form of defense because when your opponent attacks with a direct attack, you can special this guy out. If they choose to continue and run over him, he will trigger to blow up the opponent's attacking monster. When this thing is sent to the graveyard by battle or card effect, you can add a Preda card from your deck to your hand, so you can add this guy for your next turn. That's the only reason why I run this. If I had to, I would take this thing out, but I like it so far. I main 2 Radians. I mean, any Kaiju's good to main, to be fair, like, because decks nowadays just put out ridiculous fields, and there's just some monsters you can't get over. So maining Kaiju's is not that bad of an idea. And then the 1 Maxi, because why not? They should have banned that card. They should have kept it at 3 or just banned it. But it being at 1 is a blowout. Whoever sees it wins first, pretty much. Alright, so for the spells, that was it for the monsters. For the spells, I play 3 Gate. You have to, that's standard in any DDD deck. And then I play 1 Swamp. I only play 1 Swamp because most DDD players that play 2 is because they play Desires. I don't play Desires. I'd just rather not run it. So I only have to play 1 Swamp. I do play 3 Allure. Every monster in this deck is dark except for Maxi, so this really doesn't hurt me that much. 1 Upstart. I main 2 Chalice, Things like Chalice and Kaijus are fine, totally fine to main, because Chalice is just a broken card anyway. I mean, it's quick play, you can hit your opponent's monsters, and it's super interruptive. I've never seen a card more interruptive and like unexpected than when I get Chalice. Chalice just hurts so much. And then I play 3 Grandhorn. I don't play Strike. If I had Strikes, I might run them. But I honestly don't even want to run Strikes. I would rather run Grandhorn. This card is more of a make your opponent think a little bit harder card. It also, because this deck can burn me a good bit if I leave gates on the field and don't have ways to recover my life points with like King to Arc or something. Strikes will burn me for more of my life points. This right here lets my opponent draw a card, but it forces their next phase. So it'll force them into battle phase. If they don't have a monster, then I'm not dying that turn. If they're in their main phase too, and they try to go off and I Grandhorn, it just ends their turn, and it lets me go into their turn with probably no back row because they didn't set anything, and no monsters on the field. So I'm free to attack, and DDDs love to just OTK anyway. And then for the last 2 traps, I play a Dark Contract of the Witch, back row removal, problem card removal, really, and then 1 Imperial Order. This is the second deck that can utilize Imperial Order over Paleozoics, simply because Siegfried can just turn this off, and then I can just reactivate it for my opponent's turn. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I run 2 Genghis. I had to cut a Genghis out. 2 Genghis is enough for what I want to do. And then 1 King to Arc and 1 Beowulf. That's the only 4 DDD fusions that I run. I don't run the big guy because I just can't. For the Predaplant monsters, or fusions really, Greedy, Starving, and then Chimera Phasia. If you don't know what these guys do, I'll put the text box up in the corner so you can read it. But this one right here, Chimera Phasia, whatever the heck, he can banish once per turn. I can target an opponent's monster whose level is less than or equal to this card's and just banish it. When it battles an opponent's monster, that monster loses 1,000 and this card gains 1,000. And then during the standby phase of the turn after this card was sent to the graveyard, I can add a polymerization spell or a fusion, quote-unquote fusion spell card for my deck to hand. Starving Venom's pretty good. You know, he does things that negates and blah blah, you can just run over. Greedy, I'll put all their texts up so you can read them. Greedy is probably one of the ones I get out the most. In first turn, getting a Greedy out's difficult for your opponent. If I'm going second, I can get this thing out unless they have D-Barrier, which that card should be banned too. But this card's really nice because once per turn you can target an opponent's monster, negate its effects, and its attack becomes 0. This thing can just run straight over it if it wants. But if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and send it to the graveyard, you can just banish the level 8 Dark and then special summon it back. Super annoying to have to get rid of if all they have are like destruction effects, and I have a graveyard with some level 8s in it. He just keeps coming back. For the Synchros, 1 Formless Synchron, 1 Meteor Burst, Clear Wing, Crystal Wing, Alexander, and Siegfried. So that's kind of a standard lineup. I don't play Hyper Librarian. I can't make it. And I mean, that plays really nuts. If you open the 4-card combo, they can just net you a nasty board, but that plays really hard to get off. And then the obligatory rank 8s, 1 Harbinger and 1 King Kaliuka. Now the reason why I built this deck back, and I had it built for the longest time when DDs were a thing, is because of the new virus cards, excuse me. In my side deck, I do play 2 Full Force Virus. This card is nuts against Zodiacs, because if I flip this, they pretty much lose. And because of Imperial Order. So I mean, I actually mained this card for a while, but decided to side deck it because there was a couple decks that just did nothing. That it just did absolutely nothing to. But I side deck this card now, and it's absolutely disgusting. Guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think of the deck, and if you know, I still think it's a threat. DDDs, it might do something in the right hands. Not sure, but I'd love to see it because this is, I mean, it's an absolutely fun deck to play. Please subscribe to the Card Guys for more videos like this and more duel videos from Kyle and Blair and all them. I hope you guys enjoy. Take care.